Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I'm coming to you with my 100 days challenge where I am doing Tina's mass makes in 100 days. I wanted to apologize for the end of yesterday's video with the sound problems. I also recorded yesterday an entire video on day 53, which is making these little altered paperclip pads. Tina said they were inspired by Yvonne Preston. So I made some yesterday, shot a video, no sound. So we're going to try again. I'm really hoping that my sound is working. Yeah, we're going to get into it and see how we do. So this is the cardstock that I have, and I have some here that I've already taken out and folded the tops over. I have some little ones up here that I already even got paper for. I mean, the idea is really simple. You take a piece of cardstock, you get some scraps of your paper, all right? So, and then we just staple it together. Okay, and then you're going to decide how you want to glue it in here. With this particular paper, it doesn't really matter much. I mean, this paper is kind of the same either way, so I'm just going to hot glue it down. Onto the pad, like so. Or onto the cardstock. All right. And then basically the idea behind this, and you'll see on those ones that I showed you, you'll see that I have this. I didn't glue this down yet. In one of the videos, Artie Mays had made a suggestion that Tina thought was really good. And I also think it's really good. You take your paper clip and you put it on here. Now, say I put my paperclip on here, and where I want to put this pad happens to be on this side of the book. Well, if I glue it in, my paperclip, I can't put it on this side of the book. You know, whatever page I want to put it on, I need the paperclip on the other side. If you don't glue this shut, you can move it, right? And that way you can clip this wherever you want it. And I would slide a paperclip on there and keep it with the pad. That way I know, oh yeah, this was supposed to be a paperclip. And then all you would do is glue in here and glue this down with the paperclip in it like you would any other altered paperclip. The other thing I suggest is to slide it out ever so slightly. Okay, I was catching on something. There's some glue in there. If you slide it out ever so slightly, and you glue that paperclip down, you can dangle something off the edge of the pad out of, like when it sits on the page. So if this was my page and I have it sitting along the edge of the page, you could dangle something off of there so that it would be dangling down on the edge of your book. Okay. So that's a thought for those. So I'm not going to glue that in on this particular one. I'm trying to decide. I figure I'll probably just stapler. I'll probably just bite the bullet and glue one of these in. This one only has 2 pages, which is fine. They don't have to be huge. Technically, it has 3 pages. This is just scrapbook paper that I've coffee dyed. So this is coffee dyed. Excuse me, guys. I'm still having coughing issues. I thought I was almost through this, and this morning I woke up and my coughing was like the worst it's been so far. Okay, so we would do that. Now, you take your paper clip and you put it on your piece. This is paper, like I said, it's not card stuff. This isn't card. For the most part, I try to use card with these, but I really like this little scrap of paper, so I just decided what the heck. And we're going to pull that down, and all I'm talking about is you glue it here like this. I sometimes run a little along this edge and then on the clip itself, and then I'm just going to glue it down. All right, there's plenty of glue in there to hold all that shut and down and good. and you have yourself a little pad with a paper clip attached, and you can attach this to a page in your book, and then you've got a couple of little sheets of paper here to write on. Okay, so there's another one. All right, and then this little one that I put together, again, it's this one's just paper. You also don't have to use such a big staple. I mean, the size of the pad in this particular case, the staple or whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, since the staple kind of sticks out the side there, it doesn't matter if the staple, I keep saying that like that's what we're using, the paper clip. The paper clip can be small, is my point. If you're out of big ones and you want to make a couple of these, or you're working on a journal and you need one or whatever, then you can put a small one. If I can get it to, thank you. And it can also sit out from your thing a little bit. And then you just glue it in. Let's do this one on the other side, since I did that one on the... Okay. And I usually put the big part of the paper clip out as the part I'm going to attach to the book. That, again, is, you know, personal preference, entirely up to you what you want to do. And down she goes. All right. So that's 3 made quick. All right, and then that's your other side. So whatever you decide, however you decide to decorate them. Now, my thing is, because sometimes we use note paper, because I use note paper on one. As a matter of fact, it's sitting right here. This was one I glued, or yes, I glued this one. Okay, so I used note paper on this one, and it clips into your book. I just want to show you this because it's something... So if you clip it on your book like that, this is your pad. This is glued. You see that it's the back of the paper. Now, obviously you can write on the back of the paper. Not a big deal. But if you have decorative paper like that, for my money to use this pad, because this, you would have to fold that and then write. It's just as simple to pull it off. And this is the front of your pad and you write here. And then when you go to put it back in your book, you put it back on like that. And then this covers it up and, you know, whatever. So it's up to you as to when you have paper that's one-sided, what you want to do with gluing it on. This was a label I wanted to use on here. I'm just not sure about the rest of the decorations. Okay. Enough of that rambling. Let's get to this. So I have these and they have purple in them. And I'm thinking maybe I'll use some of my purple. I got some of these purple scraps. As you can see, they're cut. I'm thinking I'm going to put these in here. I'm using Tina's measuring methods. So she kind of sticks it in there and then folds it. And says, okay, this is where I want to do it. Of course, if you don't fold straight, your pages won't be straight. But it's up to you whether or not that matters. It is, after all, a little scrappy pad. So, ooh, you know what? And mine's going to be a scrappy pad with creases in it. Right. Yeah, those edges are burnt. Let's keep the not burnt edges. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to also use her method of cutting off the fold. I think this is a good method, except for the fact that A, I'm cutting a layered piece of paper, so it's probably not the best of ideas. And B, I don't cut straight. So, you know, do with that information what you will. There's that, and then down here, okay, let's staple it together. The other thing she made the comment about is you can take this and you can trim this off if you want. So like once you staple it together, if you want to trim that a little closer to the staples like that, you can. All right, and we're going to, again, like I said, when you're working with dyed paper like this, and it doesn't matter which side shows or which side's which, just put your glue whichever side you happen to have up. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there like that. This closes. Notice this is too long. If you like that, leave it. If you don't, I'm just going to tear it. I like the torn bottom on the pads. So we'll tear it across like that, and there you go. Little flippy pad. And I'll get my paper clip and stick it on there. And again, I'm not going to glue it. All right, so it's very small. Let's see, we could use something other than, so I could use this in here. First of all, do I want the bird? Yeah, let's keep the bird. Do you want to keep the bird? I think we should keep the bird. Okay, which means we're going to cut it off up there. So let's cut this off. And then we're going to worry about how wide this is. Okay, and again, I'm just going to, my trimmer's been acting up and I haven't changed the blade. It keeps tearing things. I don't know what that's all about, but that's what it keeps doing. Guys, I might have to go get something to drink. Okay, and then you can stick this in here like this. Now, again, this is single-sided, so you have to decide how you want your paper to face. Do you want it so that when you clip it in and you lift this up, you're looking at the back of the coffee-dyed paper? Or, I mean, it could be a little surprise when you take the pad out and see, oh, there's really something on this. So you have to decide. Or I can take the back page and I can flip it around. All right, so let's staple this one. Okay, and again, I can trim above my staples. And then we'll put this down. And I think I'm going to put it so the bird faces backwards. Or forward. I mean, like I said, this is all going to be dependent on, you know, your own preferences and how you want to use this. And probably in Tina's video, she says something about which she considers the back or front, or maybe she doesn't. I don't know. But it's not one to fold right. There we go, I think. Okay. And then we've got another one. Let's get a tape clip. And as you can see, any paper in these is fine. I mean, whatever kind of paper you got. I have a whole bunch of just dyed papers here. And I have my scraps in case I'm making little pads. Okay. And then, I saw this and I thought it was pretty. And there's no reason I can't keep it that width. So I'm just going to fold this down. Now, as far as the back of this being white goes, you can address that at any time. I have these, and I can stick some of these in here. Not all of these. There's a whole bunch of them in here, so that's kind of fun. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. We'll do 4. Like that's even. I don't want to make that lower because I like the way it sits. I'll show you what I mean. Let me get it glued down. I'll show you what I mean. So when I put this under here, I like where, oh no, that's, never mind. I might have to trim that. Trim it ever so slightly. And pray that I can cut straight. I liked it when it was falling. Yeah, it covers up the green and it sits just above the January, February, March. Okay. And I'm going to get my paper clip. Put it on there. Still wide enough for a paper clip. And then I'm going to tear off down here above these note lines. Okay, I have those maybe. Okay, and then that's that. And the other thing is like, see how much space I've got over here? I can trim that. I can even trim this, even though I've got the design there. I can trim this closer. So say I don't want all that. I just take a pair of scissors and I don't know if I should do this piece because I don't have anything to go by as far as distance goes, but hope that it's straight. Take the paper clip off. I like it to be over a little bit. And on this side, I might trim it a little bit anyway. You know what? This is also, it came off of a 4x6 pad, and that still has the glue strip. So there was a glue strip there. Anyway, so you've got that, and then when you turn it over, this, and where was my clip? Okay, so we'll put that in there. All right. I'll have to clean up my mess soon. All right. So I like these with the letters on them. I think these are fun. So we'll go ahead and we'll fold this one over. I think these are too wide and too short. I won't use them in there. All right, let's go back to regular paper. I don't think I have anything blue. I wonder if some of these multi-dyed ones down here have some blue in them. This one looks kind of blue. What if I use this? Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fold it in quarters. So that I can use all of it. This is some paper that I made by spraying it. I dipped it in coffee and then sprayed it with different stains and oxides and then crumpled it all up in a ball and let it dry. The hardest part about it is uncrumpling it. Because when you go to uncrumple it, I mean, it's really stuck together pretty good because of the way you had it crumpled. And it has a tendency to, like, want to hold on. So if you're not really, really ginger and careful with it, it will, it'll tear. You'll get holes. Okay. Oh, they're too wide. All right, so we're going to have to cut off a little more. Again, I'm hoping I cut straight. Nope, I just saw myself dip in. Not straight. And I took too much off. Although, it's about the same all the way around. I could leave it like that. That's not bad. I don't hate it. All right. It's my favorite endorsement. I'm going to get it put on a shirt. Or put it on a shirt. Uh-oh. Guys, I'm out of staples. I don't know where my staples are. They might be upstairs. We could be in trouble. Oh, you know what? I'll use my little stapler. It's a green staple. Okay. I'm going to have to work out where that one staples because I'm not sure. All right, I want this to be kind of centered. And again, these are scrappy pads, so if they're not perfect, it's okay. All right, let's see here. I had some more. My thought for these, first of all, okay, I feel like that's a good length for a pad, maybe a little over, like that. And then we're going to cut it off right about here. Okay, that's a scrap. And we'll do that with these. Let's see. I'm making it a little longer on one side, and then if I don't want all that length, I'll just take it off. I'm going to cut right across here. Again, a strap. We'll fold this one. Ooh, this one's not cut straight. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to try and straighten it up, which is laughable in and of itself. Okay, not awful. And then we're going to cut across here. I'm going to cut across here. Like that. That can be a scrap. Okay, and then I have these big flowers on here. Okay, I'm going to get this out of here. Okay, having done this and cut these, so I have these 3 more backs to use. Another thing that you can use to do this is postcards. Okay, so I mean, you just fold over the top of the postcard. This is an old one and it's breaking and cracking and doing weird things and not folding straight, but I mean, it'll work. You just have to kind of. And then I got these 2. It's the Sheridan, guys. Put that over there. All right. I think this is someplace in Germany. Munich. This is in Munich. This postcard is old. I can tell by the age of the back. So I have no idea. For this one, I can tell by the cars. All right, so let's go ahead and now for this side, I can trim this piece. This didn't want to fold straight, so I can trim that. I think this one's pretty okay. We just have a couple of, it's like when scrapbook paper folds and it tears away from its core. That's what this postcard's doing. It's doing the, yeah. Okay, but anyway, so you could basically take, I like that paper in there. It's just too short. Not enough of it left. But you could take some paper and put it in the postcards and make postcard ones out of these. Okay. So how wide is this? A little over 4. Since it's a little over 4, I'm going to fold it to 4. I'm going to fold this back, and that should make this piece the same size, and I'll get rid of this burnt edge. I've been yammering and not really yammering about anything important. Nothing's going on. I mean, we got absolutely zip going on right now. When I'm done with this, I'm going to be going upstairs, and remember I said last week was my daughter works on a weird school schedule. But last week was her make up for lost time week. For lack of a better way to put that. So I am going to have to go upstairs now and see where we are and figure out what she needs to do for this week. Like actual what she needs to do. Are you guys watching me do all this weird measuring? I'm going to cut this off because it wouldn't come off when I... Alright, and then we have some papers to go in this postcard. Oh, I'm using this stapler because my other stapler is busted. Well, no. My other stapler is empty. Ah, I see. I've used this stapler a couple times now, and I just figured out how to tell where you're putting a staple. Don't ask. I'm also going to need another glue stick if I want to keep using this glue. Okay. So we're going to put that in there. I like the idea of using postcards for this. All right. I'm going to put a paper clip on it. And I know that I folded over the top of that building, but I mean, we cut things off on pictures and stuff like that all the time, so I'm not as worried about that. And then I can decorate this up. Okay, and then I'm going to do this one, and then we're going to... What is that? Oh, it's only a little piece. That was like the perfect green. I can use one of these green pieces back here, but these are really bright green. I mean, I'd almost rather just use the neutral. How wide is this one? Ooh, this one's less. This one's a little over 3.5. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. I fold it to right there. You guys are like, what? What are you doing? I'm trying to just get something that'll fit in that pad really well. Oh, I should probably do so I can get 4 pages. This is why, I mean, I don't get any decorating done. Because I get constructing, and I've gotten to the point where I get ambitious with how many I want to do. And now I'm to the point where I get ambitious and I'm like, I am going to get these done. It's like, no matter what, these are getting done. Okay, now what I did last time was I took my torn edges, because this is the other, it's too long, right? So I just lined my torn edges up. And I cut my top off straight. Because that's where I'm going to staple. And it's going to get covered up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That's good, Cindy. Don't tell me this one's out, too. Okay. We'll put this one in. Okay. Get it a paper clip. And we're moving right along. There we go. All right. Let's get out the ones we made today. I'm going to put my stapler back because I don't need it anymore. My hot glue gun can go over there, although I might need that. Okay. So these are the ones we did. Now, the part of this that I like to decorate is this front part. I did get this label out to put on here, and I'm wondering if it might not be fun to put a flower or something on here since it's mostly cherries. Ooh, I wonder if I should get one of my big red buttons. I'm going to take this pad off here because I don't want... It's already a 3D sticker. I don't want the 3D on the back, and that'll allow me to play with them also. Like place them and mess with them. And okay. There's a mini version of it that's kind of flat. Oops. Go put some lace behind it. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to ink this. I don't think you can really ink it. Well, I guess you can. Just ink the white edges around the outside of the flower. I can't wait. You know what? I don't know if I like the buttons on there. I mean the flowers on there. And I keep wanting to put two because it's so, because of the cherries. I'm wondering if I should get a different, what if I did like this? Does it need something bigger? Needs it to be fatter too. I don't think I have one that big, unless I use one like this. Oh, I kind of like that. There's something on it. But I would probably put them on, and then I don't need this. I can use small, because then they can just be standing on the, or she can be anyway. I'm thinking but you're going to be able to see the cherries through them. Although maybe not. Okay. Let me get... Oh, none of this is glued down. Guys, are you watching what I'm doing? Like, really watching what I'm doing? Because I'm not watching what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get this back out. This is why my videos get long. But anyway, so is everybody like, this is, for us, this is going to be the first, this is the week back from the holidays, right? Because last week, let's face it, even though New Year's was on a Wednesday, did anybody really get anything done last week? I mean, let's be honest. I want to put, I'm going to use it as a stair step. I know I start talking and then I stop, and then I start talking again and I stop, and I can't, because I'm trying to concentrate. It's really hard for me to do this, and I think I want this middle one. Yeah. I think it'll give me some place to stand the girl who's kind of in the background there. Someplace to stand her feet. Uh-oh, my glue's being oozy again. Okay. Notice we are going very red with this one. Have we noticed? All right, all right, we're gonna trust. I can't get glue on her foot. Okay. I want her foot right about there. No, we're gonna have to put it a little lower. Right about there. And then her foot will come down on there. And aren't they fun? They do have kind of a wide border that makes things that, you know, that the border sits, so it makes them kind of cloudy. And God forbid you have anything on your fingers, because it'll be under there in a heartbeat. Excuse me. Okay, see? I had no idea where I was going with that, and look what we ended up with. I think it's cute. All right, let me get that out of the way and this out of the way. Okay, so there's that. And the only other thing I might add is like a little bit of trim or something. And then, of course, you can decorate this flap, too, if you want. I mean, I haven't been doing that, but you could. And then there you go. That's a little pad. All right, so we'll put that one over there. I want to decorate at least one of these. I feel like these flowers would go on here really well. So we're going to find a way to stick these on here. With a label, without a label. I feel like the labels help with taking up some of the space, just to... I have this long pink one. If I put it... I feel like there needs to be more. Okay, and by more, I have no idea what I mean. Some sort of picture or something. Oh, wait. What if I put her on here? I've just been kind of gnawing through this and tearing off chunks of it. And putting it on things like this. Okay, maybe it doesn't need to be that big. I just wanted her to sit against something because she seemed to be blending into the greenery. I didn't really like her blending into the greenery. Okay, guys, I'm excited. This is looking cute. Let's get out some. I don't want anything big. Do I want something red? To bring the red to the top. I don't know that I have anything much bigger. No, much bigger than that will fit. What about that? That might be good. Okay. This is what we're doing. Let's put this down. All right, guys, I'm gonna do this one, then I'm gonna let you go. But you get the idea, and I'll show you some of the one. I'll show you again some of the ones I decorated yesterday before my sound gave out on me, and I'm praying that my sound is okay on this video. I don't know what causes it to go out, and the only thing I have to go by is the fact that it looks like it's registering on the little sound thing. The bars keep going up and down like they're registering noise, which I assume means my microphone is working. But we all know how assumptions go, right? All right, I'm just gonna right along the corner of this stick this scrubby little piece of like that. Okay, and then in the middle here, this kind of covered up a little bit of that. So in the middle here, I just basically throw some glue down. I'm not looking to get all of the edges and make sure that everything is down good. Only because once I stick these pieces on, it's going to kind of the glue will go through and hold the lace down. So I'm not overly worried about that. I'm kind of deciding whether or not I'm okay with this ring of pink around her, because it does have there's a border. You guys know how I am about borders. Okay, and we're going to do this. I've really been getting into putting the trims and laces on things, and when I don't have trim or lace to put on something, it kind of looks like it's missing something to me. I know, I've been bitten by that bug. which makes decorating all that much more complicated. Okay, I'm going to glue her to her frame just so that these pieces go together where they're supposed to. So we're going to put a little glue right there, and I'm going to glue that piece down. Oh, well. Yeah, and we're going to put some glue under here and glue that part down. And I'll do the head after I glue the whole thing down, maybe. Because I can put a little under there, and then we'll go put glue all over this. Okay, and she's going to go right there. Lady in the garden. Okay, and then we're going to stick these on right about here. The other thing you can use the flowers for is to cover up. This was a picture of a pathway through the garden, and the pathway has grates in it, and the grates are kind of ugly. So I'm covering them up with my decorating because I don't like them. Okay, guys. Hopefully, I'm going to say hopefully my sound recorded. Of course, if it didn't, you won't hear it, so it doesn't really matter. You'll hear about it, though, because by the time I finally get this video recorded and it's got sound, if this one doesn't work, yeah. Okay. We'll put that on there. And there's a little flippy pad to go in a journal. So really cute. I mean, these would add a great accent to a page. Oops. There we go. I mean, how great is that? I like these. I've been having fun decorating them. This was one I decorated with you. I'm going to kind of clean as I go here. And then we decorated this one, so that's 2. We made these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then here's some I decorated yesterday. This was also a postcard. This one I gathered some decorations for, but I didn't finish. This one I just decorated the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to add any more to that one. And then we have this one that I decorated yesterday. This was all in yesterday's video that had no sound. So I did do these with you, or at least I intended to. So anyway, so that's what I've got so far. And these are the pads that you can make. They're a ton of fun. I think they're a great add to a page. It can be moved around the journal. It can, I mean, yeah, sky's the limit, guys. All right. Once again, another great craft from Tina's Mass Make list, and we will be back tomorrow with day 54. Bye-bye, guys.